Okay, we're going into dodging and burning. And dodging and burning is just like exciting. It's exciting because it makes the photo look so much more three-dimensional, so much more alive. I want to show you. So in the last lesson, we did the eyes, right? Before, after, before, after. If you just look in the eyes, you see. Okay, what I want to do now is Control Alt Shift E or Command Option Shift E on the Mac, but I want to make sure that my top layer is selected. So again, Control or Command Alt or Option Shift E on the Mac, and it actually takes all the information from the layer that was selected and beneath it and merges it into one final layer. And what I want to do now is I'm going to go back into the actions. And as you can see, you have dodge and burn here. So I'm just going to select dodge and burn into actions. And I'm going to click play. And very simple, you actually see nothing here. But there's a new layer here selected, which is in a soft light blending mode and blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know any of that. What you do need to know is simple. You just click this layer. And then you have this tool here, which is the burn tool, which is already selected for you, which is a part of the action that I made for you. All I want you to know is that when you click and hold, it opens up the dodge tool also and the burn tool. But we're going to start with burn, which is already selected for you. I just want to turn off this cursor now because I want you to see what I'm doing here. I'm going to make it bigger and very, very simple. Listen. What we're doing now is taking dark parts and making them darker and taking bright parts and making them brighter. This is a generalization, but that's what we're going to do. There will be some exceptions, but I'm going to start by showing you what I'm really going to do. So I'm going to make the mouse bigger, the brush bigger, and I'm going to search for the areas. Look, I'm not doing it yet. I'm just showing you that this area, for example, is a little bit darker, that this area is darker, that under her hair over there is a little bit darker. And once you see that, you start seeing more. What do I mean? The left part of her nose is a little bit darker. The inside of her lips is a little bit darker. And when you start seeing it, you start seeing that also this area is slightly darker. And this area over here is slightly darker. Okay, I didn't do anything yet. I just wanted you to see that. Now, what's about to happen, as I said, I'm going to start making the areas that are darker. And what I'm actually doing is creating shape. That is all I'm doing. I want you to understand that when I make something darker, I'm actually pushing it back. And when I'm making something lighter, I'm pulling it in closer to me. When I'm going to say this again, when I make something darker, I push it away from me. And when I make something lighter, I make it closer to me. And I'm actually sculpturing. It's almost like doing the art of sculpting. Sculpting. I'm not sure how to say it, but anyway, doesn't matter. I'm taking the burn tool. It's on 3% here. You can also do 2%, making it, okay, this is a good size. And I'm going to start brushing. You might say that you don't see anything, but you will. Okay, so see here, the bottom part of the chin, it's also a bit darker in the original photo. So I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Now, I'm going to go to this area here. Look, it's under the hair, there's a shade. So I'm going to help that. And almost I want to show you that I'm going to also spread that shade by, instead of doing it exactly on the shade, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to hover on the border between the shade and the light. And you're going to see the results in a moment, and you will understand why I'm doing it that way. The only places where I don't want to make it something darker, even darker, is when it's very dark. For example, I'm not painting right now, just showing you that this area, this area is already dark. If I do it here, it's a choice, but I have to understand that because it's already pretty harsh darkness, so it's going to make it even harsher. And maybe I don't want it. Maybe especially not on a 17-year-old girl's face. I rather keep it the way it is because I don't want it to be too harsh. Places that I really want you to remember to do is like take this area of the eyes. It's almost like putting makeup, and I don't want to touch here because it's already pretty dark. But I'm gonna make it bigger here so you can see that maybe around here a little bit. This area I don't want to touch it. Maybe around here a little bit about the nose. Here there's dark parts in the nose that I can very gently. Be careful. Don't let the image confuse you. This area is not darker. This area is darker. This area is darker, right? So don't be confused by what you're seeing. And I'm going to make this area look between the lips. It's a darker area. Okay, just a little bit here. I don't know if you noticed, but it's going to be that's very, very quick. Okay. What I'm going to do now is take this layer and turn it on and off. And you're going to see that this is before and this is after. Before, after, before, after, before, after. Okay. Amazing, amazing results. What I want to do now is actually do the other part. Until now, we did what is called burning, which is taking darker areas and making them even darker. And what I want to do now is do dodging. Dodging right here. I'm going to press and hold, switch to the dodge tool, make sure it's around 2%. And usually, okay, so a little bit bigger parts of the face, like the whole forehead sometimes, and the area of the nose. I'm not doing it yet, just showing you hovering over the cheeks. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to take all the forehead and make it brighter. And I want to do it very, very gently. You might not see results now, but you will in a second. The nose here, brighter area. The upper part of the cheeks, make them brighter too. And look, my little tips for you. I'm going to make this area bigger, okay? The outer parts of the lips, not this area, but this area, okay? If you do that, you can have amazing results. It's interesting to see that a lot of people above the lips, they have a little bit of a brighter area. I like to do some dodging there too. Down here, the chin is bright. Okay, I'm really sculpturing. I have no idea how to say that. And then, let's see. Okay, a little bit inside the nose. And okay, so a little bit here, as you can see, and a little bit here. And look, the eyes, above the eyes, above the eyelids, as you can see, there are parts that are just brighter, right? Look, this area here, I'm going to make it even brighter. And that does beautiful, 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 almost like, looks like makeup kind of results. And it makes the whole image look like people will ask you, how did you do such amazing lighting? Well, part of it is in the editing. Okay, Control Command 0 to reset the view. And now I'm going to turn on and off the dodge and burn layer. And you're going to see what it did to the shape of the face. Okay, ready? Okay, off, on, off, on. Okay? This is dodge and burn. Ladies and gentlemen, dodge and burn. Okay, now I want you to know that on other photos, you can do it on the hands, on the neck, on the chest. You can do it like if there's fingers in the photo. So you can take the dark side of the fingers and make them darker, and take the the bright parts of the fingers and make them brighter. And you can, what we did here for the face, you can actually do for anything in the photo. Be creative. Of course, face, always do some dodging and burning, but You can do it to any part of the photo. You can decide that maybe you want to do it somewhere in the background. Take the same concept and make things 3-dimensional.